in knowing what is the status as far as Eskom is concerned. So Eskom is currently facing massive problems of a structural nature, operational nature, and financial nature. In the State of the Nation address last week, Mr. President, you did not talk anything about privatization. What you said very clearly is that security of energy supply is an absolute imperative. Eskom is in crisis, and the risks it poses to South Africa are great. It could severely damage our economy. We need to minimize any adverse economic cost to the consumer and taxpayer, and that Eskom needs to build enter into a new phase with a new business model, and that new business model will involve in the first instance the creation of 3 separate entities: generation, transmission, and distribution under Eskom Holdings. Again, nothing to do with privatization, so that we're not confused about it. The fact of the matter, honorable members, and maybe you want to take out your pen and papers and write some of these numbers down, is that coal-powered power stations give us about 38,000 megawatts currently. The water peaking pump stations give us about 3,000. Nuclear, 1,860. Gas, after it is the use of diesel, another 2,400. What we are currently faced with is that not all of the 38,000 or the fully installed 45 or 46,000 is available to us. For reasons that we will continue to explain so that you understand both in the committee and elsewhere in Parliament, there are planned outages. You might want to listen to the numbers. There are planned outages of about 5,000 megawatts. This is where you remove units in order to maintain them and then restore them to operations. There are forced or unplanned outages of another 5,000 megawatts, and there are so-called partial outages for a few times in a day or a week or a month that involve about 4,000 megawatts as well. This morning, Eskom introduced stage 3 load shedding, and I'll come back to the question of why in a minute. And if I had more time, I would have taken you through the details of all 7 units that were involved in creating the crisis. But fundamentally, the first point that we need to tell the public, and indeed all honorable members who want to listen and understand the problem, is that Medupi and Kusile were badly designed and badly constructed and are not performing at optimum levels. Secondly,
can you allow the Minister to just give us information? Continue, Honourable Minister. Can you continue, Honourable Minister?
So, for those who are interested, we are addressing these issues. I've met with the board yesterday. I've had various interactions today. And we're beginning to understand where the problems are in some of the very old power stations. But we've also taken new initiatives where the board and myself have agreed that we are going to bring in external power station engineers, have an independent audit done on what is exactly going on, so that we put Eskom back on track and give South Africans sooner rather than later the assurance that we have an entity that is able to give us the energy security that we require.